Hey there, friends and viewers. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to be constructing our volcano base a little bit more. We all have already settled in this area. It's now pretty much my territory, and you can see that I've been making some amendments to the interior of this mountain. My plan at this point has really kind of become more ambitious since the last episode, where I now feel as though I want to really inhabit the entire mountain and have some tall ceilings in there. So that's going to take a lot of mining. The plus side is I'll be getting a lot of stone out of this, but it is going to take a little while to accomplish that. We still haven't moved our horse indoors because he's actually surprisingly safe out there in his little pen, hasn't been attacked by anything, and at this point I really don't think he's going to get attacked ever. So I'm pretty happy that at least the monsters in this game have the common respect to leave innocent animals alone, like my horse down there. I don't know what their beef is with me, but I'm not afraid to defend myself. So I did quite a bit of mining off camera. As you can see, I've got, 9 chests in here, or 18 if you want to count them, as each chest counts as one. I'll show you my mine shaft really quickly, where I was able to gather some diamonds. I got a special diamond pickaxe specifically for this job with unbreaking and efficiency 3. I wish they were a higher rank, but I was enchanting this axe at max 28 to player levels or above, and that was the best I was able to get. So it's an amazing pickaxe. I'm really happy with it, but I think I can get efficiency or unbreaking 4 or 5 on diamond. Maybe you guys in the comments can correct me if you don't know. But yeah, so I got the diamonds by harvesting down here at y-axis 5, basically 5 blocks above bedrock, or the bottom of the world or higher. And this is where I got them all pretty much. This is not directly below the volcano, which I'm affectionately calling Mount Vegan right now. That was Sweet D's idea. But, I'm probably going to keep digging around down here and just see if I can get more diamonds. Obviously, you're statistically more likely to find diamonds if you're exploring a cave system at this elevation instead, because there are fewer blocks that you have to remove. But I just wanted to show you guys what I've been up to off camera, so that when you see me with stacks and stacks of stone, or with diamond tools, you're not wondering, hey, did he log into creative and just spawn those things? I promise you, I will not use creative in this series whatsoever. I really want to play this game legit and true survival mode. So that is the evidence right there. You can see that I painstakingly dug all the way down there and out of these cobblestone stairs just to find myself a handful of diamonds to make this video go a little bit more smoothly. But we're not going to spend all of our airtime just knocking through this entire mountain in real time. I'll fast forward some of it and some I'll just jump cut to, but I've already gotten started over here. This wall here pretty much represents the outermost layer of stone inside this mountain. So I am effectively hollowing out the volcano because I would like to inhabit the entire thing. It's reminding me already of, I don't know if you guys have seen Austin Powers. I think it's the second movie where Dr. Evil has a base inside a volcano. It's kind of exactly what this is turning out to be. So I'm going to fast forward and jump cut this a little bit, guys. And we'll hollow out this volcano in this episode, and we'll start getting our architecture in place and putting in some windows. And we'll reassess the situation and see about some entrances and what we want the base to look like towards the end of this video. So let's get right to it. I'm just going to start cutting into this wall. Okay, everybody, we just did, I don't know, maybe about an hour. Oops, I don't want to throw that away. We did maybe an hour of mining here with some diamond pickaxes with efficiency on them. And this is what we have so far. Getting some help here from Sweet D. It's looking pretty slick. I think I'm going to leave this naturally occurring stone/dirt wall pretty much as is. I'll probably make a little bit of changes to it. And it's kind of this circular base so far. We're really just hollowing it out to the outermost edge of the volcano. I really want it to appear as though it's naturally occurring, so you have to look twice, maybe thrice, to tell that, hey, there's a base in there, you know what I mean, from the outside. And we'll eventually fill in all these holes with glass and probably leave this giant skylight wide open, and maybe add an artificial lava fall here, or maybe a waterfall to make it seem more like a volcano. But so far I'm really pleased with the way this is turning out. I mean, obviously the major appeal of this base is what it looks like from a distance, from the outside. That's what drew me here in the first place. So we're going to do a little bit more hollowing out, and then we'll get started with some basic construction. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I think this is about as hollow as I'm going to make this volcano. It looks very nice. I'm not so sure about the situation of these windows right now. I want to lay down some pillars first before I decide the final location of doorways and windows. But as you can see, as a frame, it looks really cool. I'm surprised at how sweet this turned out. So I'll briefly explain my philosophy with this structure. I want it to seem as though it's part of nature, more or less. So imagine somebody decided, hey, that's a sweet volcano, I want to live in there, but I still want it to look like a volcano. So as you can see, like the walls, I don't intend to change them very much from how they are right now. They're not square. There's nothing symmetrical about it, because this is how the volcano generated procedurally, or naturally, if you will, in this seed, and I want it to stay that way. Minecraft certainly does have a nature vibe to it, and I want that to remain intact with all the structures I build going forward, for the most part. Obviously, home base looks very much man-made, but you know, it does feel pretty natural to me because I didn't terraform too much before putting it down. So one thing I want to do is at least make it look structurally sound, so that in the event of an earthquake or something, you wouldn't feel as though you got to evacuate the premises because everything is going to collapse. And obviously that's not going to happen because, number one, there are no earthquakes normally in Minecraft unless you're using mods, and number two, you just have floating blocks in this game. But that doesn't stop me from wanting things to look like they're structurally sound, just architecturally, as a matter of personal taste. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down some pillars in here. Now, most of this stone I fired by you know, obviously putting cobblestone in my furnaces, but maybe 30% of it I got from using Silk Touch enchantment on my pickaxe. So I would recommend using Silk Touch if you have the ability to, and you don't want to get yourself a headache. Silk Touch is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of fuel. But there's also nothing wrong with you know, firing things in the furnace. You actually get quite a bit of EXP from doing that. So I've chosen the stone bricks. I'm probably going to make most of the walls in here stone brick, but I'm certainly going to make the pillars stone brick. So this is probably going to end up being the main entrance, or if not the main entrance, the one I used most often. We'll have a bigger one probably over there, but let's not block the entrance and create some support beams here. Like, let's make them 2 by 2. How about that? And this will also be a natural place to put our lanterns as well, when we get around to doing that. So I'm really just looking to build something that looks structurally sound, as I stated, something that could handle, you know, countless tons of mass above, and that looks pretty legit. And I was thinking of maybe doing some baseboard, if you will. I'm not sure if that's the right term, considering this is stone, but maybe this will make it look just a little bit stronger. There. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna have to also do that on the top. Let's see, like this. See if this is an improvement. Actually don't need the dirt to reach up there. Yeah, I think that definitely looks stronger. If you guys catch my drift. So, it's kind of right in the middle of the hallway, but if you were actually building this and planning on inhabiting in a volcano or a mountain, you know, hollowing it out, that's more or less where you would want to place your pillar. I mean, I'm not a civil engineer by any means, so I haven't studied architecture at length, but you definitely want to just... Can you clean up these beds here, Sweet D? Just pick them up. It's right about where I'm going to put the pillar. So let's try to make it somewhat symmetrical. Just make sure that it's aligned more or less. Yeah, there we go. And we'll put another one right here. Stone bricks are probably my favorite mason texture. I'm a big fan of masonry, IRL. And so with Minecraft, you know, when you've got creepers that are threatening to explode your base all the time, it just makes sense for survival purposes to build out of stone instead of wood. Also, if you've ever had a wood house burned down in this game, that's yet another reason to build with stone. And so this is probably my favorite stone texture in the game so far, is the stone bricks. I really like building with these. The drawback is, you know, you got to actually fire cobblestone in order to build them en masse, unless you're progressed to the point where you can get silk touch on one of your pickaxes, which I was fortunate enough to get. So that helped me. It's a little dark in here. We've had some... This is just temporary. I'm gonna put lanterns in here long term. We've already had some monsters spawning in here. They were not invited guests, so let's light it up just a little bit more. Not bad. What do you think, Sweet D?
Looks good.
She likes it. So once again, if you're looking for a symmetrical base, this is not going to be what you're looking for. Because I'm trying to keep the naturally occurring formation as intact as I can. And I am inspired by like the dwarven architecture in Lord of the Rings. I don't know if I already mentioned that in this video. But obviously I don't have the flaw of digging too deep and awakening the Balrog. Plus I really like natural light. So if I were to do this, the dwarves in Lord of the Rings would probably do this at the base of the mountain. And then they'd make some secret door, you know, so you get in that way. The problem with their design is they don't get any natural light, which I'm a big fan of, especially when you've got, you know, shaders in Minecraft. And I would like to start doing some ray tracing in this game as soon as possible. I just got to get some better computer hardware because I don't know if you know, but trying to do ray tracing in Minecraft is, I mean, you better have a pretty substantial rig and also make sure it's properly ventilated because it's about the most intense computer processing you can do right now in the gaming industry as far as I'm concerned. Let's just make sure that's aligned properly. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, these are pretty good looking pillars, I must say. I like it. Definitely feel a lot safer sleeping in here after you have these pillars down, that's for sure. Looks like the villager trader guy with the llamas has already made his way over here. He's found out where I live now. I don't know how he does that. Can't trust him. Okay, I think it's pretty well reinforced. And then we have this natural... this naturally occurring wall here that was part of the opening of the original volcano before I got in here and started hollowing it out. I feel as though this is pretty well supporting the formation here. What do you think, Sweet D? Does it seem safe? Have a look around. I've only built 4 pillars so far. Looks good? Okay. So next we'll add some windows here. Okay guys, so one of the most beautiful things about Minecraft modded with shaders is the awesome lighting effects you get, particularly during golden hour, you know, right as the sun is coming up or going down. And so let's take a look at, we just got up from sleeping, and we'll see that, where does the sun rise from? The east. So that must be east there, and then it will set on the other side of the mountain. So we want to ensure that we're getting lighting, natural lighting in this base all day. So these will be the more, don't do that.
Oh.
Why did you do that?
I want it to be an open concept.
Yeah, but you gotta have support here.
Okay.
You see? It's gotta look like it's an actual structure that isn't just floating. So if we add some glass here, it will obviously keep the monsters out, and we'll get some awesome lighting effects. I'll go out there and landscape some of those dirt blocks. But let's see if we can add a 2x2 window like right here. That would be nice. Yeah, that's a good one. And what do you think about this?
Oh, I want windows there.
Like one long one?
Yeah, because I love the, what would you call that? The lava.
Okay, Sweet D wants to have the lava visible from behind glass.
Yeah, like literally who gets to have that in their home but us? Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, this is blocking our view a little bit here. So we'll try. We have to bring this down. So it's going to block our view of the landscape a little bit. Dang, I almost need to go on the outside.
Scary. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's alright. Wish me luck.
GG.
Okay, so if we go like this.
Oh my god.
And okay. So we should be able to add some glass all the way up.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, so the lava is pretty much right here on the other side of these blocks, so we can't really put a window there. But we can put a really big one here. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well you guys can hear Sweet D. I'm just getting feedback from her. Just right there on the floor. Maybe I'll add some half blocks. It's a little difficult to place the panes here.
Ooh. Ooh.
That looks pretty sweet. And then this one, obviously, is already set up.
We need some indoor plants.
She wants indoor plants. So we actually have an opportunity to make this a little more symmetrical. I'm not sure about this opening here. Maybe this will be an entrance or a balcony of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to limit the number of entrances we have to this space. I want it to be really secure. So let's see how far out. Take a balcony. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Make it look a little more natural. And I don't have a door on me right now. Maybe you do in the chest, or you can make one.
Can make one.
See about putting a door here.
Oh no, we don't have any wood.
There's wood in there. Dang. It needs to be one block wider in order for us to symmetrically add a door there. There. That should work. And this is not going to get as much direct sun as the other two sides of the base. Maybe we can add like a small window here. Nah, it's gotta be 2 by 2. Not bad. And then let's add a big window here. Like a cathedral style window. Yeah, I like the way this... Well, let's make it a little bit taller. This one should give us quite a good view of the swamp over there. So maybe we can come over here and check to see if any slimes have spawned. If we just use some half blocks like this. Yeah, that might work. Now, I'm not sure about this big opening up here. I think I'm going to close that off. I don't think there's any good reason for this to be wide open. Be an opportunity for phantoms to come into the base. Don't want that. Whoops. Try to make it look somewhat natural. Okay. Can you see anywhere else you want to put them? Come on.
Over here on this wall.
Hold on. Where at? I don't know where you are.
Right here. These.
So you want those two windows, you want to make them taller?
Yeah. All the way down to the floor.
To the floor? Okay, well then we're going to have to make the other one symmetrical as
I
well.
just love the way the light is when you're on shaders.
Yeah, we gotta get some natural light in here, you guys.
I get some house plants.
Sweet D wants the house plants. Well, my long-term plan for this base has always been to have an indoor farm of sorts. So that'll probably be in the next episode when we do the finishing touches. We'll probably make this a 3-part series. The volcano base, that is. Just... There we go. I like this as an entrance. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna make these other ones symmetrical.
Ooh.
So, I think we need to have a couple windows here as well.
Perfect.
Obviously, guys, the space is not going to be symmetrical because the formation itself is so irregular, if you will, but we definitely want to make it seem like it was had some interior design, you know. It was intelligently designed. So we'll add another window up here. And like that. Oh yeah, this is where you're going to get the sunset light coming right in. You can actually come up here and scout the swamp as well. Oops, I messed up that window. Just break that. No problemo. When you can't fly because we're not in creative mode, you gotta use the dirt blocks to your advantage. This doesn't look right at all. That's better. This one's kind of bugging me a little bit because it's obviously not symmetrical. I'll probably come back to that later and sort it out. You think we could fit some more windows in here, Sweet D? We don't actually need them there. How about right here?
Yeah, somewhere here.
Yeah, how about this? Not bad. And another one here.
Yep.
This one can go taller. And these chests are obviously going to be moved. Oh, dang, I just destroyed the banner. My bad. Okay. We gotta move these chests.
It's okay, they're just there temporarily.
Alright, so we decided to hollow out some space here. Because we want a better place to store our chests. That isn't very visible because chests aren't the most sightly thing in the game. But we also want them to be easily accessible so that, you know, we can easily access them and then head on out on an adventure. So we don't want to make them too tall. Let's say 4 tall. And then we'll put some more right here. What do you think?
Perfect.
I'm just not sure what to do with that space right there in the... You see this column? I mean, obviously you don't need the empty space there in order to open these chests. But it doesn't look quite right unless it's there, and I don't know, I'll come back to that later. I'm not a big fan of the way that looks, but so let's quickly nap and then we can move all of our material from those chests right at the entrance. Nobody wants to work in the dark. Okay, you ready? There's gonna be items everywhere. Look at all that. My God.
Look at all those chickens.
Okay, so I don't remember how long it takes for items to despawn, but they do. It takes a long time. It's not actually going to happen to us, but you know, you don't want to leave your items on the floor for too long because you'll lose them if you leave them there for too long. Just try to be somewhat organized about this.
I'll organize it later.
Yeah, we'll get into the thick of the organization off camera because you guys don't need to see that. Alright, so we successfully moved all of our items and our chests, and we didn't lose any, so that is worth celebrating. And I think for this base, an iron door will be hidden better. It'll look more a part of the mountain, if you will. And it'll also be more secure. So let's build a few iron doors. 9 should do it. And see how that looks. Oh, these torches won't let me place them. What the? Why won't it open?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think they're locked.
What do you do?
I've actually never built iron doors in this game. I will confess. I believe we need a stone button or some sort of a means to activate the iron door. And so let's just experiment by putting a button right here. So that should keep it open just long enough. I want these facing the outside. Looks much better that way. So if you want 2 doors, you gotta have 2 buttons. And that works just fine. So that definitely looks more a part of the mountain than a wooden door, and it would take a zombie a heck of a lot longer to break through that than it would a wooden door. So let's add another window here. Crud, I don't have my window panes on me. Just grab those really quickly. If I can find him in all this mess. Jeez. Where did we put the glass, Sweet D? Can't find it. Oh, here it is. My goodness. That is pretty stressful. All that mess in those chests that need to be organized. Okay, so there we go. So that would be this is probably the entrance that will get the most use, if I had to guess. But we'll see over time which one we use the most. We need some more buttons. And let's add a couple more entrances. We'll put one right here, a double door. Like so. Not bad. Some buttons. Fantastic. Safe.
Oh,
Yeah.
So good.
This space just feels safe to me. Yeah, I know that monsters don't try to bust down your door by default in Minecraft. I know that there are mods you can add so that they do adopt that behavior. But and I may experiment with that later, but if they do try to break down my door in in this base, they're gonna have a tough time, let me tell you. Okay, this is looking a little bit awkward. See how we can make that look a little more aesthetically pleasing. These pillars obviously need to go up to the ceiling. And how do you feel about the window in the center?
Put one block.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, there we
like
go.
that.
Mm,
Let's just get rid of it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now we have 3 doors. And if I'm not mistaken, apart from this giant opening here in the center where the lava would be pouring out from, I don't believe there are any other ways to get into this base. Am I right, Sweet D?
I think so. You are right.
Yeah. So it is definitely secure. We need to lighten it up a little bit more in here. Let's do that next. Okay, on second thought, guys, I don't actually have enough fence posts to properly light this place with lanterns right now, and the wood is back at home base, so I'm going to hold off on adding lanterns until the next episode. So look who decided to make himself at home. Our base is obviously mob proof because not even this trespasser, the trader, could get in. He's just hanging out on top of our main entrance,
Look at his llamas over here.
and his llamas are probably hanging out somewhere nearby.
They're over here.
Yeah, see? So, let's finally bring our horse inside the base because he'll be a lot safer and happier in there, although we're definitely going to have to bring him some stacks of hay because he's happy out here eating the grass, and he's not going to be able to extract any nutrition from the stone floor in there. Be careful we don't strike him. This horse is rather disobedient. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Mask of Zorro.
Grab him.
There's a black horse that the Zorro tames, and he's super disobedient. That's what this one reminds me of. So quickly, I just want to show you guys again why I chose this site to build a base, because it is just so attractive aesthetically from the outside. I did not create that lava fall. That is just how it spawned when we generated this chunk, and it's my favorite thing about the base. It's why I call it a volcano. Obviously, with the with the addition of windows, it doesn't look quite as natural as it did. So I'm gonna have to sleep on that and see how I feel about the addition of those big windows there, because it's obviously a base now, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. Perhaps you guys will give me some feedback in the comments what you think of those windows there. But we'll bring our horse inside and we'll go ahead and do some finishing touches and probably add an indoor grow op in the next and final part of the volcano base construction mini series we're doing here. So thank you guys for watching. Much love as always. Keep it real and stay true to yourselves out there. See you in the next video. Bye bye.